Hey everybody, Novelist here, with, of course, me, Roxas Sky. Intro's kinda awkward, but whatever. We're going to jump right into it. And, we're going to deviate from the, one chapter at a time deal, because this is actually taking me a little bit longer than I had originally planned. So what we're going to do is see how far we can get in about a 30 minute episode. So let's see where we are. So the title was Full House. Oh, hello.
Yep.
Wish Daddy helped me find more arrowheads. Yeah, I know, buddy. Closest one's 45 minutes away. Hey, that's about how long this episode's gonna be, so that works out. Alright, Dan, what are you thinking? Tommy hadn't knocked. Oh. Well. Somebody had some fun and almost got caught.
Book jam. He hasn't seen a word of my new book, and fresh eyes are priceless. He bailed me out on Tramer's Way. I hope he understands how much of that book worked because of him. I still remember when we were walking to the pond, and he had the idea about using newspaper clips and police reports. Of course, no matter how many times I tell interviewers it was his idea, they just keep giving me the credit. Maybe they just want the tidy auteur version. Oh well, can't change that. Let's just hope he has an idea for this one too. Friday can't get here soon enough.
Well, I'm sure he'll get here as soon as he can. Ooh, another diary.
Good news. Mom called today with a change of plans. They made better time on the first leg of the trip than they expected, and they're coming to visit. Bad news, they want to come this weekend. Did Dan tell Tynan they could stay here for sure, or is that still up in the air? I'll ask after dinner. She sounded cheerful enough on the phone, though I can't help wondering if they took this trip because they hit another rough patch. Hope not. I hope they just want to see Tommy and have a classic Mears family feast. Though, maybe seeing how they've ended up will be good perspective for Dan and me. Speaking of which, Dad better not get nosy. I've told him 1,000,000 times that my marriage is not his business. Maybe I'll try the thing Christine told me. When someone asks you something private, just say, "Why do you ask?" Put it back on them and see if they've actually got a reason to get into your business. Yeah, I've got to remember to try that. We'll see how he answers that one.
Alright, so family's coming same weekend as business. That always works. Okay. Let me read. I talked to Davy's parents and they're okay with him sleeping over. They said they'd take care of Tommy some weekend in return. I know the timing isn't great, but maybe we can work something out. Let's talk when you get up, Len. Okay. So, Dan's friends are coming over to help him with the book. Linda's parents are coming over, and apparently Tommy has a friend coming over to spend the night. Sounds just like a full house. Alright, Tommy. What do you want? Are you in here? Yeah. And once again, Daddy unhappy. Oh.
Can Davy sleep over?
Let me call his mommy.
Oh, yeah. Just as easy as that. Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything that you want, Tommy? Not yet? Okay. Let's see what you want, Linda. If I can find you. Ah, there you are.
We just got back from the funeral. It was even harder than I expected, but it was moving to see just how many people loved Grandma Jo. She really was a special woman. Dan was there every step of the way, even though we got in a lot of trouble for missing that book signing. I don't think it's fair how mad they got at him about that. It was a funeral. But I guess that doesn't count for much in the business world.
Well, you know, when a family member is in need, screw business. Oh, no one taking a shower or whatever.
I thought Tommy was sleeping with us.
What?
I thought Tommy was sleeping with us.
I'm checking to see if this is a fold-out.
Oh, okay. Okay, Linda, what do you want? You don't know yet.
Hey,
That's
wanna grab a bite,
awesome. Okay, is there any other thing down here that I missed? Yes, there is. Honey, I'm sorry it's been so long since my last letter, but we've been all over the place. Have you gotten so into that big house yet? I hope getting away from everything has been a help for you and Dan. I'm writing because, speaking of getting away, your father and I are going to take a road trip. I found some good AARP deals with your father only working part-time, it wasn't hard to arrange time off. It's been too long since our last trip. I've always enjoyed changes of scenery, and as long as you're hopefully learning, it can be just the thing a marriage needs. Lord knows it helped us. The trip won't take us close enough to the shore to come visit, I'm sorry to say, and if you're right back, we'll be gone before your letter arrives. We'll call if one of our motels has long distance, but if we don't get a chance to call, send my love to Dan and Thomas. It's Tommy, not Thomas, but okay. You know your father and I want the best for you all. Love, Mom. Okay, so apparently Linda wants something now. Depends on where she went. I hear footsteps. Oh, there you are. Wash that ugly sweater. Okay. Where is this said ugly sweater? Right over here, I think. Yep. Okay. That's the one I'll do. Okay. Let's read up on some of the history of the house, shall we? I think I missed a night, but hopefully that doesn't get in the way. The Diary of Claire Bradford. Okay, that's different. September 5th, 1961. Maybe getting my thoughts down on paper will help me make a list. That's what Mom always taught me. So, dear diary, here are all the wonderful things about Roger. He's very handsome. He will soon be working as a lawyer at his father's firm, though the job is no gift. He worked so hard in college. He might be the only person on earth who loves music as much as me. He especially loves the songs I write him. His family has money, which of course shouldn't matter, but it's nice to feel secure. I believe I've read this before. And I don't see any other writings. Dan? You okay over there, Dan? You look kinda one with the couch. What? I think I broke the game. Nice. It's always nice to know that I can break a game. Okay, so Linda was so excited to see her parents that she almost felt happy putting on the hideous sweater they'd given her the previous Christmas. She paid close attention to how her mother and father interacted, and more than once she and Dan talked about their own marriage in that context. The visit was a success, and her father was well behaved by his standards. Anything else? Or is the game going to continue to break? Nope. Okay. Let's see what's next. Vacation. Aren't you guys already on vacation? It was summer, and summer vacation was coming right up. Okay. Why did I do that?
Anne, what's the latest with you? I hope you're doing better than I am. I'm going a little stir crazy. Dan loves it here, but he's just riding all day long, so he could be anywhere. I could use a change of scenery. I've walked every trail in the woods and even started a few of my own. It's great getting away from the city, but I wouldn't exactly call this roughing it. Tommy's certainly having a good time exploring the woods. Sometimes we go together, and if I'm in the studio, he knows he can play outside where I can see him, and to stay away from the cliff. Do you remember when we were kids trying to jump the creek in the woods behind the house? I think Tommy's getting into that phase now, climbing trees and all that. Oops, I got a little carried away there. You probably don't need to hear about all of our outdoor adventures. Sorry about that. Well, let me know how you're doing. Love, Linda.
Alright. So we're starting off with Linda again, huh? What's this one? I presume Tommy. Home to a stunning display of natural beauty, Ochoco National Forest is a perfect destination for hunters, wilderness enthusiasts, and weekend campers alike. One-of-a-kind rock formations provide exciting challenges for climbers. The many canyons offer scenic hiking experiences, and the swimming opportunities are many. Located less than 5 hours from Portland and less than 6 from the Central Coast, Ochoco is the perfect summer getaway. For more information or to request a brochure, please call the ranger station at ... Okay. Who do I hear walking? Oh, I think I see Tommy. Davy mad? Okay, well apparently Davy's mad. Change of scenery. What's this?
3 days in, I'm still trying to figure out where to take the new piece. It's changing as I go, which is always exciting and sort of the point, but this one feels a little aimless. I keep snapping out of a daze and realizing I've been staring out the window for 5 minutes instead of working. When we first got here, I was excited to have a studio with so many windows and so much natural light, but now it feels almost like a cage. Why be this close to nature but not be, well, in it? Actually, cage isn't the right word. This place is beautiful, and there are so many more trees than back home. I guess it's more of a reminder when it's right there the whole time, not just an idea or something for the weekend. Anyway, back to the painting. I'm not going to get anything done on it sitting here writing.
Okay, so if you feel that way, take your art easel and your art outside into the wilderness. Wouldn't that help the issue? Okay, so
Having fun today?
it looked nice as the caged
Hiya.
bird. What is it now? Now it just looks like two shadowy figures in a land of nothingness. What do you want, Tommy? Ride it 10 times. Ride what 10 times? Oh.
Be careful, honey.
Well, he's just flying his rocket. There's nothing wrong with that. And let me guess. Daddy is sad. And Tommy is sad. Of course. Alright, so where else do I have to go? Dan, let me read your memories. Actually, no. I've started on Linda and Tommy. I need to finish up Linda before I do Dan. It sounded so wrong.
I'm going out for a hike.
Okay, so she's a hiker. Can I read your memory?
Mom and Dad left this morning, and I'll never have to wear that sweater again. It's not just ugly, it's hot and itchy. And the why do you ask trick completely worked. I don't think I've ever seen Dad, I don't know what else to call it. He blushed. That made the trip worth it, although seeing that Mom and Dad are doing well was great too. Maybe Dan and I will end up that happy down the road.
Yeah, maybe. Once he gets over his, oh, I need to write every single minute of every single day phase. Oh,
Okay, be safe.
okay. So I think that's all of Linda's. Go camping. That's why I brought my camping pack. That was over there. I don't know where the hell it went now.
Wow.
Or was it over here? No, it was over here. What's this?
I've got to stay on the book. This is my chance to do something people remember, something that matters. If this one isn't good enough, there might not even be a next one. Certainly not one without all sorts of publisher strings attached. This is why we saved up enough to take the summer off. I'm out of excuses. Of course, a long weekend would be fun, but that's also the problem. How do you stay hungry when you've gotten used to weekend getaways? How do you recapture that feeling of being a broke college kid chasing a dream? How do you get back out on that limb again, scared it's gonna break, but inching out anyway? Listen to me. Wound up so tight. Maybe taking one night off might help after all.
Maybe. Why don't you do it? Find out. What's this? Must be Grandma Joe. Looks oddly dark, if you ask me. Okay, so there's 10 frames per second. There's Linda's camping pack. Oh, what are all these? An idea that's not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all. Okay. One page at a time. Jim said you'd never make it. He said you're a joke. It's an opportunity, not a burden.
Penny, thanks so much for your letter. It made my day. Tramer's Way came out a while ago now, so I don't get letters like this too often. Writing can be a pretty isolating profession at times, which makes it a big boost to hear that someone out there is getting something from my work. Your support means the world to me. To answer your question, I'm indeed in the midst of writing a new book. I don't have a title or a release date yet, but I'm plugging away on it slowly but surely. I plan to finish it by the end of summer, and I truly hope you enjoy it when it comes out. Thanks again for your kind words. Dan Kaplan.
Alright, so Dan got some... Do not fear death so much, but rather the inadequate life. I agree with that one. That one's nice. Okay, so... Do I have a choice now between Dan... Did I read this?
Dan, what's the latest?
Yes, I did. Okay. Other stuff to do. What do you want? Camping pack? Dan, ooh, what's this? I see something glowing. Blast off at Booster Bay. Huh. So it's a trip for Tommy. Okay, so Tommy wants to go to... Said my rocket, so do I have
Having
to...
fun?
No. What rocket? Where's your rocket? You're playing with your rocket, I can see that, but... You have another rocket? Oh, you have multiple rockets. Okay, so... We'll go with Tommy. Because, you know, Dan works on his book anyway. Sure, he gets bitched out, but... We'll go with Tommy and... Linda. Tommy can go to his play park and Linda can go camping afterwards. It wouldn't have been a real summer vacation without Tommy getting to do something special, so they grabbed Tommy's toy rocket and drove to Booster Bay for a weekend of candy, ice cream, and roller coasters. Tommy's excitement surpassed even his parents. He wore himself out on every ride as many times as he could, and he slept on the car all the way back home. Yes, he slept on top of the car while he was driving, feeling the nice breeze against his face. Okay. Dan knew he couldn't make time for a long camping trip. It was important to his wife, though, so he promised her as soon as things settled down he would go on a trip. She was disappointed, but knew that he was trying his best and that a rain check was better than nothing. Okay, what's next? Ooh, more cinematics. Dan tried to work by jotting ideas in his notebook during the weekend's few spare moments, but he was no use. The break in routine disrupted his rhythm, and on that drive home he got so lost in thought trying to remember where he'd left off that he drifted off the road and almost crashed the car. Way to go, you dingus. God, keep your eyes on the prize. Not the book, your family. Don't crash the car with your family in the car. It's preferable that you don't crash the car, but the bottle. Linda and Tommy were getting worried because Dan started drinking like the alcoholic he knows he is. Right? Dan, are you an alcoholic? Oh, what's this?
Alan, hey man, this is gonna sound odd, but I could use some advice. I'm in hot water here because, well, I've been drinking more lately. Man, there's just no good way to write that. I mean, I used to drink and write all the time in school. You remember that, right? I guess I got away from it when we got married, and definitely after Tommy came along. But he's in bed by 8:30 every night now. And let me be clear, I'm not blacking out or driving drunk. You know I'd never do something like that. I just have a few drinks while I'm working, safe and sound in the house. A writer who drinks isn't exactly unheard of. Wow, could I sound more defensive? But here's the hell of it. It's working. It's brought back that college hunger, that energy, and in the last week or two, the book's just singing. I don't even know what I'm asking here. Maybe I just wanted to start the conversation. If you get a chance, give me a call. Dan.
Well, Dan, sounds like you're pretty much an alcoholic. Drinking helps you out. Maybe you shouldn't send that letter. No, you should send it. You should send it. Probably, I'm not sure what good it would do, but...
If he uses that Hemingway quote one more time, pretty much every night he's either super focused on his novel or too drunk for us to spend a regular night together. That used to be our time. We would put Tommy down for the night, have a glass of wine, 2 at the most, and talk about our days or maybe listen to a record. Now, I'm lucky to get 1 night a week where he's sober and not writing. Most nights he has a bourbon. No, wait. Make that 4. And I read in bed until I fall asleep. He tries not to wake me up when he comes in, but you're never as quiet and graceful as you think you are when you're drunk, and in a dark room, no less. Of course I want his book to be great, but I also want my husband back.
Yeah. See, Dan, alcoholism doesn't just affect you. Sure, your book's doing good, but is your marriage doing good? Linda doesn't sound too happy. And I'm sure Tommy... Why Daddy stayed in bed? Well, probably because he had a hangover. It's not completely unheard of. Oh, why?
But he promised.
If he doesn't do it, I'll help you, honey.
Oh, what did he promise? Oh, I thought I was doing Dan for a second, and I thought that was Dan just like drunk, sprawled out on the floor. And of course, Tommy's unhappy with his dad because, you know, his dad's an alcoholic who spends absolutely no time with his family. Okay, Dan, let's see how drunk you are.
It's not that I don't like having fun, it's just there's a rhythm to writing. Routine, muscle memory. Trying to keep notes in a notebook isn't the same as sitting down to a blank page and feeling the silence, knowing that you've got to make that typewriter make some noise. There's certainly something to be said for getting away from your work for a bit, but there's no getting away from the book this late in the game. Only a feeling that you're not working as hard as you should be. There's a busted mailbox on Bypass 66 to prove it.
Okay. So apparently Dan is not only an alcoholic, but he's a vandalist. That's so... Oh. It's looking good. She added another shadowy figure. Wait, is she drawing me? That would be... Oh, Dan. Dan? You look like you're having a little trouble there. Yep. And then smash. Faceplant right on the ground. Usually there's about 3. Okay, I thought he would be, throwing up on the toilet. Is he in Tommy's room? No. Is he throwing up in Tommy's bathroom? No. Did I miss something? Did I get everything? No. What's this over here? Assembly time, approximately 3 hours. Required tools, Phillips screwdriver, soft-faced hammer, half-inch wrench, socket recommended, and 7/64 hex key. Dan, what have you been doing with your time? I actually used to have one of those when I was younger. So, I feel Tommy's pain if you don't get it done. So, I'm going... Oh, wait a minute. I already did Tommy. I just have to find the rest of his, papers. Daddy hungover. That's a classic. Okay, Tommy. Tommy and Linda, because Dan, you're just out of control.
Here we go.
Okay, Linda. Let's see what you've seen.
I'm fine.
Why don't you stop at 2?
I'm fine.
That is the smallest bottle of bourbon I've ever seen. But then again, I don't really drink bourbon. Nah, more of a vodka kind of guy. Oh, damn, okay.
So much for a choco. I wish I hadn't done so much research to find sites and trails, because now I keep catching myself daydreaming about them instead of working. I still need to get out of the house. I've done the Ridge Trail probably 15 times now, and it hardly seems worth it anymore. Finding new spots is half the point. At least Dan promised that as soon as things settled down, he'd come on a camping trip. I don't like him dictating our schedule like that, but I understand the stress he's under. At least he didn't try to shut it down completely. He says he's just trying to manage things the best he can.
Well, I mean, in his defense, that's all you can really ever do. I mean, he's got to appease you and Tommy both while dealing with his alcoholism. So what do you want? Doesn't even think about it. Okay, let me find your stuff.
Hey, how's it going?
Because you seem depressed.
Having fun?
And Tommy seems to not enjoy having an alcoholic as a father. So, let's see.
Barb, I know I wrote yesterday, but I need your advice. I think Dan's drinking too much. And before you start to worry, let me say he's not an alcoholic. It's just because of the pressure he's
Denial.
under trying to finish the book. But you know Dan's never exactly been a health nut. He isn't gaining weight yet, though even that's just because alcohol kills his appetite. So he's hardly eating at night, which is another problem altogether. I don't think he sees what he's doing to himself, and I don't know how to break through to him about this. Sometimes I just want to say it's not like I have to get drunk to paint, but I know that's not the most mature way to handle it. Sorry for dumping all this on you. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Do you have any advice about how to talk to him? Yours,
Just
Brenda.
slap him upside the head like Gibbs and be like, look, quit being a douchebag alcoholic. Okay, so Linda wants him to jog, but Tommy needs his car, right? Yep. Dan, you will... No. Ah, damn it. Okay. Alright. That just means I'll have to take care of Linda the next 2 nights. But, as the thing... where's his walking shoes? Diary of K. Williams. Alright. I'm not going to waste as much time reading through all these. So, if you guys want to read them, pause it and I'll give you a chance to read them. Okay. It's not that this game's boring me or anything, but I just want to get it over with because there's like 10 other games that I want to do a Let's Play of, and this Sunday I've got a collab to do, so I just want to get things done as quickly as possible. Alright, Dan, are these your walking shoes? Yes. Choose Linda's compromise. What you should do is work on Tommy's car like a good father and go hiking or walking or jogging or whatever with your wife. Dan had a moment of clarity when he saw Tommy's pedal car lying half assembled on the floor and realized that it had been 2 weeks since he'd done any work on it. He was ashamed that his constant hangovers kept him from making his son happy, so he got to work and finished the pedal car the very next morning. Tommy was overjoyed and rode it in the yard for hours. Some of Linda's message finally got through Dan. He didn't like the idea of jogging, but he agreed to run 2 days a week. He didn't enjoy it though. He was out of shape, and sometimes while running he got so stressed that he wasn't riding that he would cut his run short and get back to work. Dan put all of the alcohol back in the kitchen cabinet and promised to stay dry on work days, but he had a hard time focusing while he adjusted to riding sober again. He spent a couple of evenings staring at a blank piece of paper, and he never told anyone how hard it was not to sneak down to the kitchen for a drink those first few nights. See, Dan, the first step is admitting you have a problem. As July came to an end, the Kaplans' lives had developed a pattern. Dan had finished his first draft, and he knew it was awful. With only a month left, Paul couldn't fight off Grovefield, and Dan had no choice but to send the draft to his publisher. The next day, Paul called Dan to tell him that Grovefield was threatening to withhold Dan's completion payment. It was a nightmare. I'm sure it was. Sounds pretty shitty. And on the following Tuesday, Tommy put on an art show in his den. Explaining his drawings to his parents one by one, Dan made sure to ask questions and engage his son, who was more than happy to elaborate on his artistic intent. Dan and Linda clapped for each drawing, and by the end of the show, Tommy was beaming. I'm sure he was. Did he showcase the one where he and his father weren't unhappy? On Friday, Dan and Linda both knocked off early, took Tommy to his aunt's house, and drove to a bed and breakfast. They barely left their room. The guest in the room below complained about the noise, but their owner, who assumed that Dan and Linda were on their honeymoon, offered to move the guests to a different room instead. They still had a month left, but Dan's chances to change the course of the summer were growing fewer. Okay, guys, I think that is good. We're leaving off at something that we've already done, so that's perfect timing. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. The next video will probably be the last video for this series, so I hope to see you guys in the next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.